TheDailyMass.com. Experience the Roman Catholic Mass from historic St. Louis Cathedral every day on TheDailyMass.com. His love, anywhere in the world.
Good evening, I'm Sarah McDonald.
And I'm Jason Angelette. Welcome to Issues in Faith.
Well, we want to start off the show by welcoming you back.
Yes, it's good to be back.
All.
It was a wonderful summer, I'm sorry I haven't been able to start with you sooner. One of the things that we've been dealing with the family and friends and family, I'm sure know about this, but Elise was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer. And say that because I want to ask our audience, our viewers, to keep Elise and the family in your prayers. We really appreciate them, and we know the power of prayer. And my wife has been able to do so much because of what God is doing, the graces given to her, and at this time. So we really appreciate those prayers for our audience to really to lift her up in prayer. That'd be great. Definitely,
and you know, I want to share with you. I've shared with Elise on Facebook, but she is just through her writing, through her posting, really an inspiration to so many people.
She is. I'm just so blown away, so impressed with by what God is doing through her and through this struggle. You know, like we believe that God never allows anything bad to happen, that He can't make something amazing come out of it. And even in those moments of struggle and conflict, God's with us, even though we might feel abandoned, we might feel hurt, we might feel alone. He's there with us, and He's with us now. And her writings are just amazing. She really shares from her heart what's going on, and just sharing not only her story, but also God working through her, and it's really beautiful. So, her Facebook page, she has Team Boona, B-U-N-A, Boona, which goes back to when Father Bo was younger, and Father Bo, her oldest brother, made up a nickname for her, called her Boona. And so for many years, that was her nickname growing up and through high school and college. But so Team Boona, and then there's also a blog that she has, Every Little Thing, I think is the name of the blog. But it's a great thing to people. A lot of people have found a lot of inspiration from it.
I have too, and her strength and the fact that she's still smiling and so many of her pictures, and we know everything that you all are going through is amazing. But we are definitely praying for her, you, and all the kids and the family.
I really appreciate that. Thank you.
And you know, speaking as we were talking about Facebook and being able to inspire, we want to ask people to follow Team Boona and support, but we also can ask people now to follow us on Facebook.
That's right. We
finally
got Issues in Faith.
We are in the 21st
Facebook.
century.
That's right. Moving up.
That's right. So it's really exciting, and as our viewers have probably figured out, we're doing fewer shows in a month. So what we'd like to do is invite our viewers to comment on the shows as they're happening, as they're airing, and during some of the rebroadcasts, you and I will, answer some questions, this, that, and the other. So we're really trying to engage you, our viewers, on what's going on in what we're talking about, whether it's kind of the fun things that we talk about on the show, like we're going to talk about later on in this one, or some of the serious things like we talked about, the situation in Iraq and some other issues facing the world. We want to get you involved.
Or the things we have, amazing people that come through.
That's
like
right.
Later today, we're going to have the Second Harvest Food Bank come in, Natalie J-Rowe, and what she's doing and being able to not only tell about her message of what's going on with Second Harvest, but also being able to have people comment and find out more information and get access. It's great.
Right. So go like us on Facebook.
Absolutely.
And we will definitely keep that conversation going.
Absolutely.
And we'll be right back with more.
You're watching WLAE, New Orleans Public Television. Find us on Cox Channel 14, Charter Channel 11 and 711, AT&T Channel 32 and 1032, Dish TV, DirecTV, and over-the-air broadcast on Channel 32.
Well, last December, we spoke with Janet Sam of Verily and its extraordinary mission and vision in today's publishing and social media world. Tonight, Janet joined us again by Skype to give us an update. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me, Sarah.
Well, first of all, can you remind our viewers about Verily and your vision and what makes it different in today's world?
Absolutely. Verily Magazine is a new alternative women's fashion and lifestyle publication that really seeks to start a different conversation on what it means to be authentic women, whether it's through the way that we dress or how we carry out our relationships or how we are in the workplace. We really are trying to serve women and help them be the best versions of themselves, because as we all know, there's a lot of negative, very harmful media out there, as well as just magazines are so pervasive for women. So we really wanted to have a total positive alternative that could really, really help women be who they want to be.
And when we spoke in December, you were working towards an actual magazine, had a magazine, but that model has changed for you all. Tell us about that development.
Sure. So all of last year we were in print, a bi-monthly magazine. We were in Barnes & Noble. But this year we sort of switched gears because having an online presence is absolutely integral, especially for the magazine itself, for it to even grow further. We really needed to create a strong foundation and base online, because with online content, it's amazing that you can reach thousands and thousands of women, a bit more so than if you were to do the traditional sort of magazine route. So we really thought that having online content that reflects, our mission, reflects visually what we were doing in the print, having that be engaging and really thought-provoking and have that get on the online it's very effective and really powerful. So we really, this whole year, 2014, has been about building up our content, and we were able to publish 3 to 4 articles every single day. It's a really thriving website.
And again, what continues to strike me is, like you mentioned, the substance of the articles. Not only are they timely subjects that respond to things that are happening, even in that week sometimes. You will get an article that is very timely, but the realness of everything that is involved, just most recently, what do you wear to work? I saw that, I was able to see all of your editors. What do you guys wear when you're going to work every day? And, but you're not just putting on a show. It doesn't ever feel like you're putting on a show. It really feels like you are trying to be real, and in a world that doesn't encourage you to be real. And that goes back to even the name of the organization.
Of Verily, which means truly,
That's
honestly,
right.
really, authentically. You're right. It's kind of everything that we're trying to be. And thank you. That was a really fun feature to shoot. I'm the style editor for Verily, and I run all the photo shoots and art direct a lot of them. And so it's really fun to get the girls, even me, I'm nervous in front of the camera. So anyway, it's really driving home the fact that we're a bunch of young women. Some of us are Catholic, not all, but we have a worldview, and we are so passionate about doing something different, but we never pretend that we know more. We're very much, we're just a bunch of young women in our 20s and 30s trying to navigate life. And so I'm glad that our content reflects the fact that we're inviting women into a community, almost as if everyone's our girlfriends, and we're really trying to make it very real and approachable. And attainable.
And in a world which we're really constantly fighting those negative messages, especially with teenagers and the issues of cyberbullying, having that positive image that you can go to online and on Facebook, on Twitter, I think is a wonderful thing. And you're really speaking to the dignity of women and uplifting women as in their real roles in society.
Thank you. Yes, we really are. In media, social media, a lot of that it's a powerful tool, for better or for worse.
That's right.
And just the way that you choose to use it. And by the fact that we have real conversations, not only in our articles, but with women, with our readers, our followers, we very much try and have all of that come from an authentic place. And so you counteracting. I think some people think, it's like media's so bad, culture is getting so bad, we can't really do anything about it except seclude ourselves. Well, actually, through social media, through the more positive mission that we have, we're able to draw the good from the culture and to really, I think, it's funny, Verily is a secular publication, but the kind of conversation that you can have and the kind of effect, the positive effect that you're talking about, respecting women's dignity, that's universal. And so we're inviting women into this conversation, and social media is able to really broaden that universally across the world. And so thank you. Yeah, we're really trying to drive that home. And I think that open conversation that we're having through social media, it's a very big difference than what you see.
Definitely. So we are closing. We have running out of time. I could talk to you for much longer, I know, about the mission of Verily. But in closing, how can people find you, Janet?
The best way is to go to verilymag.com. It's www.verilymag.com, and you'll find everything you need to know there. It's all of our content departments, even to contact us, and also on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You just can look up Verily Magazine and you'll find us, and it's a great way to follow as well.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us today. Please keep up the good work. Pass on to the editorial staff that we very much appreciate all that you're doing and the messages that you're trying to share with women in our culture and beyond. So thank you for being with us again tonight, Janet.
So thankful for this opportunity.
Again, check out Verily online at verilymag.com and find them on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And as many of our viewers know, we are in the midst of the 9th General Synod of the Archdiocese of New Orleans. Recently, we sat down with Archbishop Aymond to get an update and learn more about what people can expect as we move into the next phase.
We have done 14 of the 17 consultation sessions, which means we have gone to every deanery. We've had one for the Hispanic community, one for the elderly, and one for the youth. And those sessions together we have had over 3,000 people participate. That is just beyond my expectation. And also when I talk to other bishops who have had a synod in recent times, it's beyond their understanding. So I'm really grateful and proud of the people of our archdiocese because they're invested. They want this to be a significant moment in the history of the diocese. As we know, our diocese was founded in 1793, 221 years ago, and this is only the 9th synod in 221 years, so it really is a historical moment. And to see people responding in such great numbers, and what they have said in the sessions has been very helpful in terms of what we're doing well, but especially what we need to do better or the particular ways in which we can grow in the eyes of God as an archdiocese and fulfill his ministry more has been very helpful. So I look forward to bringing all those suggestions together.
You're watching WLAE, New Orleans Public Television. Find us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
September is Hunger Action Awareness Month, and joining us tonight to talk about what we all can do to take action to fight hunger in our area is Natalie Jarow of Second Harvest Food Bank. Thanks so much for being with us.
Great to be with you again,
Last time
Jason.
we were in your house, now we're
Yes.
you're here with us. So
Thank you so much. Well, thank you for inviting me.
Well, tell us, I always like to start off with a backdrop on Second Harvest for those who might not know that much information about Second Harvest Food Bank.
Sure. So we are the largest anti-hunger organization in Louisiana. We fight hunger in all 23 southern parishes from the Mississippi to the Texas borders. We do it through a network, so we call ourselves a network of member agencies, which are the churches, the pantries, the nonprofits that are community-based throughout South Louisiana. We provide more than 22.5 million meals every year, and we're serving more than 200,000 people.
That's incredible. When you think about really those numbers and what that means. You say numbers, but those are people. You're helping to feed people who are hungry, who can't get the food that they need for the
Well,
day.
and thank you for saying that. 1 out of 6 people in our community are at risk for hunger. So the very first thing that it's important for us to say is they're us. They're your parents, your grandparents, they're a single working mother, they're a family where someone in the family has lost a job and they still have their expenses. They're a senior citizen choosing between food and medicine. And unfortunately, a third of the time, they're children.
A lot's going on. I mean, we're going to talk about September, what's going on right now, but tell us what just happened. We had the summer programs. I always like to hear about what's going on in the summertime with y'all.
Yes, we just finished our summer feeding program, and we were able to reach more than 4,200 children at 66 different locations. We provided more than 200,000 meals. So imagine this at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
Volunteers show up at Second Harvest Food Bank, and it is so much about the volunteers. They start work and they provide a hot breakfast and a hot lunch, which goes out in our own vehicles to 66 different locations throughout South Louisiana.
And why such the need during the summertime?
Because during the summer, children don't have the access to the free and reduced breakfast and lunch they may have during the school year. We already know that school meals are very often these children's most important source of nutrition during the day. So what happens during the summertime? The other thing that it does, it allows us to bring more value to all those wonderful summer programs that are being put on for children. So if you can take a dance class or do some art, go to a NORD program or a Jefferson Parks and Recreations program and do something really fun, isn't it great to have a good nutritious meal along with that?
Absolutely. So tell us, okay, so September, what's going on this month, and just let us know what's happening.
So September is a very special time in the food bank world because it's Hunger Action Month. People may have noticed that our Superdome was orange on September 4th. That was to kind of set the stage. So we ask people to really think during this month about, hunger, the issue, how many of us it affects. It's also the month when children go back to school.
Right.
So our programs shift from our summer feeding program back to our backpack program. So right now we're serving 1,700 children every week with a backpack of kid-friendly and nutritious food and shelf-stable milk that they get on Friday that will last them through the weekend with some additional food for those extended holidays over Thanksgiving and Christmas. And we're doing our after-school supper program that we call Kids Cafe. And right now we're feeding 1,300 children a day an after-school hot supper, 31 different locations around the greater New Orleans area with one in New Iberia, and more sites signing up every day. So it's one of the messages. If you're holding an after-school program for children and you would like to talk to Second Harvest, we'd like to talk to you about perhaps bringing a hot supper meal.
Outstanding. So how can people learn more about helping out, donating, and supporting Second Harvest Food Bank?
Well, our website is so easy to access, no-hunger.org, and it tells you everything from how you can volunteer. You can actually sign up for shifts right from our website. It certainly tells you how you can contribute to Second Harvest through funds, how we use your time, how you can set up a food drive if you want to, or you can do other things that support Second Harvest. For instance, this month, Walmart. If you go on to walmart.com/fighting hunger, you can choose Second Harvest to receive a monetary gift. It's kind of a competition amongst the food banks around the country. So we're hoping our community, which is so incredibly generous, will do that as well.
Tell us too. I was before we got on the interview, we were talking about Second Harvest, and it's not just in this local area. That there's Feed America, right?
Yes,
is
Feeding
across
America.
the country.
We're a member of Feeding America, which is a national network. 30-something years ago, Archbishop Hannon and Bishop Morin and Ben Johnson met with John Van Hengel, who founded the food bank movement, and that's how Second Harvest was born. Now we're one of 202 food banks across the country, so every parish, every county is assigned to a Feeding America food bank. And that's great for a number of reasons. One, we hold ourselves very accountable for making sure that we're reaching hungry people in every single one of the 23 parishes that we serve. So we know what the meal gap is, and Terrebonne, Lafourche, Lake Charles, and Lafayette, that's also part of our service area, in addition to serving the greater New Orleans area. But being part of that national network also allows us to barter food. And we do that according to need. So if there are apples and salmon, for instance, from the Northwest, and we may have an excess of sweet potatoes if we have a good season, then we're able to barter that food and bring different and more variety of nutritious foods into our community.
And something that was really impacting, we talked about too, after when Katrina hit, to be able to get to those people who were in need of your help, you were able to do that because y'all were right here able to do that.
Absolutely. Second Harvest became the largest food bank in history in the aftermath of Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. And the way that was done was that people came from all over the country, expert food bankers. So our trucks were being driven by maybe a director of the food bank in Tucson, you know, or somewhere in the Northwest or Northeast. We were just incredibly blessed, as everyone in this community knows, with such an outpouring of generosity. It allowed us to distribute 8 million pounds of food a month in those first months.
I'm just so impressed with Second Harvest Food Bank. It's so great to have you all on the show, and just want to just let everybody know if anybody has an opportunity to give, this is a great place to give, and to people, the people that you're able to reach is just really impressive and it's amazing. So God bless you, and thank you so much for all that you're doing. Thank you for taking your time to be here and share with us what you're doing.
Well, thank you, and we really are about what the community decides to do.
See
so
that.
Everyone, you know, we're only as good as the community around us, and we have just an amazing, generous community.
Natalie, thank you so much again.
Thanks
God
for
bless you
having
and all
me.
that you're doing. And you can learn more about Second Harvest and get contact info on how to get involved online at nohunger.org, and keep up with the latest news by following them on Facebook and Twitter. Now, this next story might sound like the title of an old black and white movie, The Bells of St. Mary's. But what's happening in the Irish Channel right now is real life. The bell tower at St. Mary's Assumption Church was in desperate need of repair, and parishioners and lovers of history have come together to keep it together, saving the bells, the clock, and the iconic tower itself. Janet Gross has the story.
Soon, the bells will be ringing from this tower, but for now, it's the cacophony of mortar mixing, troweling, and scraping. Progress to restore history. Built in the late 1850s, St. Mary's Assumption was one of 3 Redemptorist churches in this neighborhood, built specifically for the German population. It was a true labor of love.
There was a storm the day the bricks were delivered by boat on the river, and they couldn't get the mules or whatever it was that was supposed to transport the bricks to the church for the building, couldn't make it through the slog, and the women had aprons, and they put their bricks in their aprons and walked the bricks to the site so that construction could continue.
Over the years, weather and time itself have taken a toll on the tower. Water leaked through aging mortar into the church, damaging the interior, compromising the structure. So a major campaign began to save the tower.
Well, I tell you, if you want to get a little closer to your faith, go right up on those boards right up there. You talk to God a lot while you're up there sawing on those bricks, because it'll make you think about it.
The project, costing just shy of $1 million, will restore much more than just the tower. This National Historic Landmark stands out and rings out to the whole community.
You just see the handiwork, the craftsmanship, the love that went into these structures, that it just cries out New Orleans, because, you know, people in New Orleans love history, they love their architecture, and when you walk in here, it's just an absolute confirmation of all that New Orleans is and has been. You know, its sense of faith, its sense of community, its sense of purpose.
For more than a century and a half, people have looked up to this tower. The ringing bells inside, silent actually, about their own beauty. They're named Gabriel and Pius. The intricacy of long ago castings and inscriptions, always there, but always hidden. The outside brickwork, however, bold in its beauty.
The carving of the brick, the rounding of the heads, all the different transitions that it makes. It's you can see it's true craftsmanship all the way through this building. They don't build this anymore. There's no amount of money that could build this church again.
The clockworks will keep the allure of age, but will have the accuracy of advancement. They're going digital.
The way they used to run it, it had an old movement in there. There's a crank up on the second floor. You would crank the weights up, and that would operate the pendulum, which would operate the clocks. Not anymore, no.
And those disc openings, where once fire spotters could stand to search the area, will get a facelift too. All changes for a future that will reflect the past.
Symbols are important in everything, and especially, I think, in religion. And this is a magnificent symbol with the stars and the clocks, and obviously the cross that's going to be replaced again on top of the tower. It's here for everyone, Catholic and non-Catholic.
That anyone who looks at that tower, regardless of what their perspective is, can see a sign of hope, a sign of encouragement, a sign of community.
And soon the 10-foot-tall cross, damaged by lightning, will stand again on top of this tower, a renewed symbol of resounding faith. I'm Janet Gross for Issues and Faith.
Work on the tower is expected to be completed in just a few months from now. The church hopes to use some of the money raised for an upkeep and contingency fund. To donate, contact St. Mary's Assumption at 504-522-6748. And we'll be right back.
You're watching WLAE, New Orleans Public Television.
The Jesuit Blue Jays are off and running this season, led by new, old head coach Mark Songi. Songi previously coached the Jays from 1992 to 96. Eric Ritchie profiles the man now retaking the reins at Carrollton and Banks.
I want my second one today, and I want it to be really intense. You can be as loose as you want when it's time. When we put the hats on, when the ball's on the ground, I want to see people flying around. Well, it's really good, but I'm a little bit rusty, you know. It's taking me a little while to kind of get back into things, and the timing of this was a little bit rough, but I'm getting to learn the players and learn what they can do. Atta boy, way to move, Chuck. Nice. Good boy. Very excited about what I'm seeing from our players, too. Great effort. We've got some talented football players. Good. Keep squeezing. They follow directions real well. They know the offense, know the defense. Really excited about us on special teams. So the effort's there for us to do some things really well, I think.
Here we go.
Come on, get in and out, quick. Get them out, Trey. Hurry up.
Oh, we had a great camp so far. Everybody's working hard. Thought Coach Songi's taken a great position and coming out here and kind of telling us how everything's going to be.
Here.
We had a great off season. Everybody got really stronger, and everybody's been working hard. We've had a great camp so far, and we're going to finish it off strong.
You had a gap about that big, it opened up and you popped it. Nice going. I think we have some pretty good football players, I really do. Let him run, get up, quick, get up. Back in the huddle. And way to hold it, get back in the huddle. I think our effort's always going to be there. I think we need to stay healthy. We need to take advantage of the football when we have it and not give it away. That's always really important, and that's almost coach speak.
When Coach Kaiser told us that he was going to be retiring, I think it was a huge blow to us all. But like I said, Coach Songi's done a great job.
Squeeze it now.
Of coming in and making a very smooth transition.
3rd and 10. He's got 2 shots at it, Troy. He's got 2 shots.
I think just with the new coach and everything, we just have to accept it. And I think he's done a great job so far.
Let's go. Let's see we compete a little bit.
You know, just work with him and, take us where we need to go.
He can't cross your face. Ruins the whole play when he crosses your face here.
Ready?
That's better. Much better. I'm real happy with the effort. I'm really glad to be back, glad to be part of this coaching staff, this community. We always get great support, and I think that'll continue.
Don't forget, you can join the conversation via email by writing us at issuesandfaith@WLAE.com or by finding us on Facebook.
And that's our program for this evening. From all of us at Issues and Faith, thanks for watching, and God bless.